I did not know you. I don't remember reading the news of your death. Nor do I remember anyone telling me about it back then. They say it was a grim January morning in 1991. They say you were found dead in a hotel room in my city, in which case you were dying within walking distance from me, probably while I was sleeping. Along the years, I've gone through many different versions of what that morning could have been. There's one where I wake myself up, rush to your hotel room, introduce my 4-year-old self and request you not to go back to sleep. You'd ask me what's wrong, I'd tell you the story of us and you'd stay. I really like that one. But I can't go back to that morning, just the way you can't ask me what's wrong. One can never step into the same sleep twice. So I grew up like an orphan, unaware of its guardian, planting seeds of plenty on days of nothing. Like one of those kids that suddenly go off the grid because their soul abandons them, and no one knows why. We never built a fire or set up camp together, but your films are a burial ground of secrets and skeletons, never fully abandoned by my younger ghosts. So when I miss those parts of me, I plant time bombs underneath your symmetries of splendor, and it all comes back. Ever since that train left Ottapalam, I've been waiting for a postcard full of rain. Some people look the most desirable when you see them walk away. Clara remains a dark cloud on the verge of breaking apart. If I dig through her hope chest, I'd find a goodbye stitch next to every hello. And I wanted everything of her. Her sad, drowsy depths, the blood-white sheets she abandoned, all of it. If someone were to fold my enchantment into paper boats and set them free, they'd somehow float towards her. I have a feeling that I'll never be able to let her go. And having put this to music now, that's probably true. Our sorrows are unnameable, and our days drip like infinite despair from rooftops. Love is a place where bruises taste like strawberries. Some of us go to the movies because we have nowhere else to go. It's a vacation. And I was vacationing at Grandma's, eagerly waiting for a pregnant cow to go into labor, when Sally and Nimmy were clinging on to the last bit of life in them. Your teenage rebellion had the swagger of a street artist and the stillness of a sleeping river when it squeezed a tube full of rainbows and social monochromes. Like the bunch of flowers Banksy spray painted on a war field, gender sanctuaries of a Malayali opened its borders to each other. I did not know you, but you beat inside me like a lightning bug in a glass jar, with enough air holes to shine through. Meanwhile, I revelled in hope when Andy Dufresne got out of Shawshank and Red joined him somewhere near the Pacific. You made me wonder, what if they had a history? What if Red had things to settle with Andy outside of prison? To this day, Govind smells of your redemption. The sea recruiting its romantics on the shores of your salty paradise. Oceans of joy leaking from the faucets of your uninterrupted gaze. It's only a matter of time before your story begins. You meet someone and suddenly you're rain-sane and puddle-mad in love. Like Solomon and Sophia, you find your favorite song of songs. I walk my goosebumps to those vineyards each time I hear you go. Of course, I stopped reading the Bible when Pasi's dead body washed ashore on the third day. My grandpa's long gone and that part of me is a shipwreck with no survivors. You'll always be Gabriel Garcia Marquez to Velasco's everywhere. You taught people to take their silence and play music with it. So when it gets noisy inside, I flip through stations of me that thrive entirely on your signals. Because the quiet part of you is the part of you that sings. You do look like an All India Radio kind of guy. Life isn't subtle enough to play its part. That's where art comes in. Alice came into my class like the missing pages in a copy of Sentimental Education. Never seen before. It was my graduation out of rootlessness. And she set me adrift while stashing a map in my heart, reminding me, you were here. Because the most fascinating places we'll ever see are always the ones within. Beyond the labels of peer, partner and parent lies the beautiful and the unnameable. Adulthood is a strange new town you wake up to. You haven't seen this place before. You don't know anybody in there. And there's a sudden knock on your door. Someone barges in and asks you to pack because that guy's going to take over from here. And as if in a daze, you get all your stuff, mostly your innocence, and leave town forever. You never see this kid again except in photographs. You remember him like the last line of a poem you used to know. Time returns like a word returning to its alphabets. Someone always leaves. Someone always leaves the story. And a wind blows over someone who isn't there. It's the past trying to find you, calling out to you. They're like salon doors, closing and then swinging open, as if having second thoughts about why it's there. Celestial beings trapped in someone else's dream. I did not know you, but I think I was granted some time here just so I could try. It's not every day that the world arranges itself into fiction. That's what my film's about. She asked me if the film's about us, and I confess, every film's about us, even the ones about other people. We all become films about ourselves. This is what it feels like to be written and directed by you.